Hey everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #unicornboss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, make sure you go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my jam. By the way, happy Unicorn Monday. We always do Unicorn Mondays here on my page today. I was a little under the weather, so I was not really present like I usually am, but hopefully you all had a very happy Monday. So if you're jumping on the live feed right now, go ahead and leave me a number 1, and if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So I'm super excited, you guys. We have a brand new keto kitchen recipe tonight that we're going to be doing. It's called creamy garlic parmesan mushroom chicken and bacon. There's a lot there. That's a mouthful. So if you're excited to hang out with me tonight and do some keto kitchen cooking, go ahead and leave me your favorite cooking emoji below. I know there's a ton of them. So thanks guys. I see a bunch of you jumping online. Thanks for the unicorns. Hi and welcome. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. By the way, if you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. I've got a ton of brand new friends and I want to make sure I get around to say hi to everybody. And if you're keto, go ahead and comment keto below and let me know how long you've been on the journey. And I forgot to mention, if we're not friends yet, make sure you go ahead and send me a friend request and hit follow. And then the last thing I have for you guys to get going here is, if you enjoy my page, if you learn lots of things about the keto lifestyle and you enjoy the high vibe here, make sure you go ahead and share this video out to your friends and family or any appropriate keto groups. I so appreciate the love and support. So let me just say a hi to a few of you guys that are jumping online. Welcome. Hi Kennedy. Hi Keena. Thanks for sharing. Hi Rose. Who else we got? Victor and Leaf. Glenda. Welcome. Glenda's brand new. Thanks for popping on. Hopefully you'll really enjoy it. Hi Barbara. Hi Claudia. Awesome. Got a ton of people on tonight. This must be a good time to jump online. So welcome. I hope you guys all had a really great Monday. Thanks for asking, Andrew. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so if I feel like I'm off my game, that's why. I feel like I'm struggling to catch my breath, but it's totally fine. I spent most of the day sleeping and catching up today, so we should be able to do this one. It looks like it's a nice and quick, easy recipe. So let me go ahead and get started, you guys. Thanks for the love and all the comments earlier, by the way, asking me how I'm feeling. So for today's recipe, it's a creamy garlic Parmesan mushroom chicken and bacon dish. Sounds awesome. I'm really excited. Hi Amber, thanks for joining. So let me go over the macros with you real quick here. The calories are 524 calories. Total fat is 34 grams. So that's awesome. You know, you guys, I'm always super excited about the fat because for keto, it takes fat to burn fat. So if you're not eating enough fat, you're actually not keto. You're not going to be losing weight and you're actually just low carb. So, and that's okay if that's what your goal is. But if your goal is to be keto, you need to make sure you're getting enough fat. So protein, we've got tons of protein in this one here. It's 45 grams of total protein and it's only 6 grams of carbs per serving, and this is supposed to serve 6. So that's a nice carb ratio there. So I'm really, really excited. So yeah, I agree, Victor. Yum, sounds delicious. So if you guys are excited, leave me some of those like yum emojis below. Would love to see how many of you guys are excited about the recipe. So hopefully you guys can see here. I've got a very small space, so I do apologize for that. So I've already kind of started this process. So what I did is I've got my chicken here. I've already seared it, cooked it. It's nice and good, ready to go. I did differ a little bit from the recipe. So the recipe calls for 6 chicken thighs with skin. I just didn't have that. I've got the chicken tenderloins. I don't have a large family to feed, so we're just gonna go with what I have here and we're gonna kind of modify it. It also says to sear it and then bake it in the oven for 25 minutes. I kind of skipped over all that because I didn't wanna wait. I just wanna eat. So I just pan seared these bad boys here, and you can see I've got the chicken juices left in my pan here with some salt and pepper and some olive oil. So that's kind of where we're leaving off in the recipe so far. So next step is we're going to start to kind of create the cream sauce and then recombine everything. So I'm really excited. Do you guys like cream and cheese and all these goodies, bacon? Go ahead and comment and leave me some of your favorite ingredients below for this recipe here. So let me take a quick peek. So I'm skipping down to like step 6 here. So it says in the same skillet, we're gonna fry the garlic and then about a minute, and then add our bacon and just fry that up and add our mushrooms. And then from there, we're gonna start pouring in our cream, our broth, and our Parmesan. So really easy. I only do super easy recipes in my keto kitchens. So if you're brand new keto and you're struggling, just go back and check out some of my videos. And I'm creating a YouTube because Facebook is doing this thing where it's deleting a lot of my old videos, which is so annoying. So I want to share my taco pie recipe with somebody, and like my video is not there anymore, which is super frustrating. So anyhow, if you want to see some of my older recipes, some of them are still on my Facebook, and then I could always refer you to my YouTube as well. So hey everybody, thanks for joining on. You could definitely use avocado oil if that's what you prefer to cook with. Oftentimes I will use coconut oil because that is my preferential way of cooking, but this one here called for olive oil, so I just went ahead and followed the recipe here. So everything except for mushrooms. Well, you know what? You could always leave the mushrooms off, girl. That's totally okay. All right, so let me go ahead and turn my pan back on and we will get started. And as I'm going, feel free to comment and let me know how your day went and what did everybody make for their keto dinner tonight. I'd be curious to know, would love to see it. So for this, we are going to add some garlic. So we need, it says 4 cloves. I think I'm only gonna do 2 because I only use, right now I'm using a pound of chicken. So I'm not really doing, I think 6 thighs would be like 2 pounds. So I'm gonna kind of modify this a little tiny bit here, so. I may just do that. I don't think I need to. I don't have a lot of chicken, so we will see how it goes. I could always add more on after. Is this on? Yes, we're starting to heat up here, so I'm just waiting for that, you guys. Taco pie, yes, Victor, I'll have to make sure I get you the recipe for that. You can send me a message if you're interested. It's delicious, and it was so quick and easy to make, and I'm so disappointed that Facebook deleted my video because that was a big fan with everybody. So, hey Monica, thanks for joining. So what did everybody make for their keto dinner tonight? By the way, this is the first time I've ever made this recipe. I always usually try brand new things with you all just so you can kind of see what it's like real life and follow along and see that I only do quick and easy. So if you're looking for quick and easy recipes, that is definitely my jam. I am not good in the kitchen. For those of you that follow my journey and you know this, I don't really like to cook. I love to eat, but I like to share this with you all because just to show that if I can do this, anybody can. Because I was really overwhelmed when I first started keto. Was anybody else overwhelmed? If you were, comment overwhelmed before or overwhelmed below, or you can comment struggle. But I was overwhelmed in the beginning, and I struggled to find somebody that I could really relate with that wasn't like this perfect keto person. So that's how I kind of stumbled across this and started doing what I do. Everybody wants taco pie. Ada had cheesy beef and kale casserole. Sounds good. Ground beef with melted cheese. Love it, love it. Hamburger with broccoli and butter. All those fats. I'm loving it, you guys. You guys are really killing it on your keto journey. So I just pulled that off real quick so I could see what the next step was. So let's see what we've got here. And I've got like the mind of like Dory. Like I get like so distracted. So I always have to refer back to my recipe. I'm a recipe person. I need to follow it. So let's see here. Okay, so now we're gonna add the bacon and the mushrooms. And then we're gonna pour in the cream. You guys got it? Bacon, mushrooms, and then cream. That is the order. So I've got I had cooked earlier today for technically it was my lunch. I didn't have breakfast, but I wasn't feeling well, so I made myself some nice scrambled eggs and cheese with some bacon. So this is some pre-cooked leftover bacon that I have. It was about 4 or 5 slices of bacon. So kind of put that in here and let it reconstitute slightly. Oh, I see a few questions, a few things that a lot of you guys are feeling overwhelmed. You guys, I don't know how long you've been keto. I've been keto since October, and I can tell you my first month was a hot mess. I was very overwhelmed. I didn't understand what I was doing, but I promise you, just stick with it, and it will all begin to make sense. Okay, so I'm gonna add my mushrooms in now, you guys. just turn this down a little bit because technically my bacon is already cooked and I don't want it to cook too much. You could definitely use fresh mushrooms here if you have them. I did use canned ones just because I'm all about the easy, you guys. So the easier you can make it, by all means. So I'm sure there will be people out there that kind of hate on that, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes I just don't have time to get the fresh produce and chop it up and do all of that. So okay, so everything is looking pretty good here. By the way, if you're having trouble seeing, feel free, you could swipe the comments to the side and kind of take a closer peek at what we have going on here, but nothing too special. I'm actually going to take it off the heat because my bacon is already cooked, so I don't want it to burn. And I'm going to start prepping. We need to measure for the amount of cream that we're going to add into here. So let me just see if I'm missing any questions. These are canned mushrooms, but you could definitely use fresh for sure. Oh yeah, you're only 7 days, Claudia. Don't worry. I promise. I promise. It gets so much easier. Things will start to make sense. Okay, so we're gonna add our cream and our chicken broth and our Parmesan. Okay, so let me just grab those measurements real quick. So for the cream, it says 1 cup. Here's my cream. I'm actually gonna try 3/4 cup just because I have less chicken, you guys, and then we're gonna add some chicken broth too. So there we go, there's our cream. And let me see how much chicken broth we're supposed to have. 1/2 cup of chicken broth. All right, instead of doing 1/2 cup, I'm doing 1/4. So I get all my recipes, Sherry, on Pinterest. If you're not on Pinterest yet for keto, you are seriously missing out because they literally have every recipe under the sun. So normally I just take a peek at what kind of meat I have. So I had some thawed chicken. So I just go to Pinterest and I type in chicken keto recipes and tons of things come up. And sorry, I'm just distracted. There's like a huge June bug here. Let me see if I can get him out of the way. So the last thing I didn't need is for him to end up in my sauce here. That would be awful. So yes, Pinterest for keto recipes. You do need to have some basic knowledge about keto because sometimes the recipes aren't keto. So, you know, look for things like hidden sugars, hidden flours, things like that. But for the most part, it's pretty rare that I find one that's not actually keto that's labeled as keto. So thanks, Tammy. I'm glad you think it looks good. So, okay. So we're just starting to let this thicken up here. You can see it looks pretty delicious, right? Nice and creamy, nice and yummy. Now, if you wanted to thicken this up more than it already is, you could probably add a little bit of xanthan gum to it. I'm not too worried about it because I don't know, I'm just kind of easygoing in the kitchen. As long as it tastes good, that's all I'm about. So I won't worry about it too much here. So, and then, oh, I gotta add my Parmesan in. See, I almost forgot an ingredient, you guys. So I've got, I think, 1/2 cup of Parmesan here. Let me see how much. Yep, 1/2 cup. So let me go ahead and get this in here. And for anybody that's new, I see a bunch of you guys saying, I don't know, I don't understand keto, I'm overwhelmed. I did just do a macro video, and it's on the basics of how to get started with keto, how to make your macros, how to know all of the things and kind of get started. So if you need help, make sure you go back out and check that video because it's a super great resource for you. And I basically created that video around the kind of questions that I get every day to kind of be a helpful resource for you all. So, Oh my God, this smells divine, you guys. Holy cow. I've never made like a fresh cream sauce or a cheese sauce by hand, so I'm pretty impressed with this. It's pretty amazing. It smells cheesy. I can smell a little bit of aroma of the bacon. It's actually making my mouth water. It smells really good. And it's actually thickening up quite nicely. So yeah, I think it's gonna be perfect. Cool. So, all right, let me take this off the heat for just a quick moment and let me just see what the next step is. Oh, thanks for asking, Jacqueline. I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel a little bit out of breath. I'm definitely still under the weather, but I still wanted to come on and do a quick keto kitchen with you guys tonight because you know, those are like my favorite things to get online and hang out with you guys. So thanks for the love. I appreciate it. Okay, so so that's it. We're actually done. So the last step is that we're just gonna put our chicken back in this sauce and get it all mixed around here. So let's give it a whirl. So I told you guys, quick and easy, right? I mean, do you all think that you could easily do this in your own home? Just sear up some chicken, get it nice and cooked, add some cream, some bacon, some mushrooms if you so like, some Parmesan, and bam, you've got a great meal. And the great thing about this is if you have leftover sauce, you could freeze it and save it for future meals. Let me turn this down just a tiny bit because I don't want it to burn. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, you guys. So I'm gonna bring it up to you so you can see it. Check that out. How delicious and yummy does that look? I'm telling you guys, it's not hard to go keto. It's not hard to come up with a nice, healthy, full-fat meal that is gonna help support your weight loss journey and help you have great energy and sustain yourself. And I am so excited. I can't wait to eat this. It looks really delicious. So that is it, you all. Sorry that ended up kind of being a really short video, but I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, if you liked the recipe, make sure you go ahead and share the video out to your friends and family. I so appreciate the love and support. Thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow to do our Transformation Tuesday. So thank you all so much. Sending you lots of love. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.